My dear one, come sit with me for a moment. I felt every single tear you cried when nobody else was watching. I heard every quiet prayer you whispered when you thought no one was listening. And I need you to hear something today, clearly, gently, but with all the truth in my heart. The sign you have been begging for is not far away. It is not stuck somewhere in the future, waiting to arrive on some perfect day. It is already here. You have simply been looking for it in the wrong shape. You wanted thunder. You wanted a bright light in the sky. You wanted something so big and so loud that you could never doubt it. But I have not been shouting at you. I have been whispering to you. And I have been whispering the whole time. Think about the small things that have been happening around you. A stranger who smiled at exactly the right moment. A message that arrived at the exact time you needed it. A thought that suddenly became clear when your mind had been foggy for days. A conversation you never planned for, but you could not stop thinking about afterward. None of these were accidents. Every single one was a sign, wrapped up like an ordinary moment, so that only a soft and open heart would notice it. I did not hide these signs from you to punish you. I hid them like this to teach you how to pay attention. I have been training your heart to see me in small places, because a heart that can spot me in the small things will never miss me in the big things. So today, I am inviting you to open your eyes again. Not the eyes on your face, but the eyes inside your spirit. Because faith can see what regular eyes cannot. Faith can feel what is holy, even when it looks completely normal. And my child, the answer you needed has been sitting right in front of you the whole time, quietly opening like a flower that blooms one petal at a time. There has never been a delay in my plan for you. The only delay has been in how clearly you could see it. And that fog is lifting right now. I am sharpening the way you understand things. I am waking up your awareness. That restless feeling you carry in your chest, that feeling that will not let you sit still, that is your spirit responding to something it cannot fully explain yet, but somehow already knows is true deep down. You are not waiting for permission anymore. You already have it. All that is left is for you to finally recognize what has already been given to you. My signs do not always arrive with fireworks. Sometimes they arrive as a strange, uncomfortable tension. A holy kind of friction that pulls you away from what feels easy and comfortable, and pushes you toward what you were truly made for. That feeling that something in your life has to change, even if you cannot put it into words yet. That feeling is confirmation too. And the more you learn to trust that feeling, the more clearly you will start to see me, hiding in the ordinary moments of your everyday life. I am teaching your eyes to notice something beautiful, even in the smallest, most boring parts of your day. Because if you can find me in the little things, you will be fully ready when I show up in the big things. So lift your head up now, my child. Stop asking me for new signs, and start noticing the ones I have already placed in front of you. Start calling the whispers exactly what they are: careful, loving confirmations. Start thanking me for the delays, the interruptions, and the unexpected detours in your life. Because those were me speaking to you during the moments when you were simply too tired to hear my voice clearly. I never once stopped confirming my promises to you. I never stopped speaking. I have simply been waiting for you to understand that I do not always speak in thunder from the sky. Sometimes I speak through a quiet shift, like a change in the wind that you can barely feel but somehow still notice. And right now, you are stepping into a season where everything that has been hidden from you is finally becoming clear. What you could not understand before is about to make complete sense. My child, a single act of kindness can help God's message reach someone who needs hope today. If you feel blessed by this channel, You can stand with us through the PayPal links in the description and pinned comment. Thank you for helping us spread God's love one soul at a time. Dear child, you will not have to ask yourself anymore, was that really God? You will simply know, because your eyes will no longer be limited by what makes logical sense. They will be lit up by something deeper, something divine. And the moment your eyes truly see it, your feet will start walking in the right direction without hesitation. You will move forward with confidence, not because every single detail makes sense to you, but because you will finally understand that every single detail has been carefully arranged. You asked me for confirmation, and I gave it to you, not once, but over and over again, in ways both big and small. Open your eyes, my beloved. It has been all around you this whole time, and now it is beginning to live inside you too. You have not missed your moment. Come a little closer now. Let me speak directly to the aching part of your heart, the part that keeps whispering the same worried questions late at night. Did I miss it? Did I take too long to figure things out? Did I mess up my timing somehow? Listen to me carefully. You have not missed anything. Not the promise, not the moment, not the purpose that was written for your life before you were even born. You are not late. You are not falling behind. You are not standing outside of everything good, watching from a distance while everyone else moves forward. You are exactly where you are supposed to be, right on schedule, right in position, right at the edge of something wonderful. I do not count time the way people count time. I do not look at your life and compare it to someone else's timeline. I see everything from a much bigger place, a place where time works differently. And when I look at you right now, I see a child who is ready to be released into something new, ready to finally be recognized for who they truly are, ready for a truth that has been quietly growing inside you for a very long time, even during the seasons when everything felt silent. You did not miss your season. I was simply making your roots grow deeper underneath the surface, where you could not see it happening. And now, the ground beneath you has shifted. The right time has arrived. I want you to understand something important. I am not controlled by clocks or calendars. I am not comparing your life against anyone else's progress. I am not holding back good things from you because of mistakes you have made in the past. When I make a promise, no human mistake has the power to cancel it. No delay, no wrong turn, no wasted years have the power to erase what I have already decided for your life. My promises are not weak agreements that can be broken easily. They are sealed with something much stronger, something permanent. Even the seasons that felt like a complete waste of time were actually part of building something you could not see yet. The heartbreak, the confusion, the nights you cried into your pillow while the whole world felt silent around you. All of it was part of a foundation being built underneath your feet. One you could not see, but one that was very real. You did not fall short of your purpose. You became exactly what your purpose required. Not by rushing ahead, but by learning to let go and trust the process. Not by being flashy, but by staying faithful even when nobody was watching. And now, that faithfulness has finally caught up with perfect timing, and the two are about to meet in a way that will leave absolutely no doubt in your mind. This is the moment you were created for. You are not too late. You are exactly on time, and not just for a small win, but for something much bigger, a breakthrough, an outpouring of good things, a new chapter that matches exactly how much you have grown. The time is now, not because everything around you looks perfect, but because your heart is finally in the right place. The pressure you went through did not break you. It built you into someone stronger. The silence did not stop you. It sharpened everything inside you. And now doors that no one can close are opening. Things that seemed lost forever are being restored. and everything you thought would never happen is finally becoming real. You have arrived exactly when you were meant to. The storm was never about destroying you. I know you have asked this question more than once through your tears. Why this storm? Why this season? Why does this pressure feel like it might actually crush me? Let me answer you now, not from far away, but as close as I can possibly be to your heart. The storm you went through was never meant to punish you. It was meant to bring something out of you that peace alone could never create. It was not sent to break you down, but to wake up parts of you that had been sleeping for a very long time. Storms do not exist to entertain anyone. They exist to reveal what is really inside a person. And what your storm revealed was not weakness. It revealed a fighter. What it woke up inside you was not fear. It woke up a fire that had been waiting to be lit. During the calm seasons of your life, you learned how to hear my voice. But during the storm, you learned something even deeper. You learned how to actually trust me. And trust is the exact soil that real strength grows from. I did not let the winds blow so hard around you because I forgot about you. I allowed it because I believed in you. I trusted your heart to stay anchored. I trusted your spirit to hold on, even when it felt impossible. I trusted that your faith would grow stronger through the fight, not weaker. And now, everything that was formed inside you during that storm is about to carry you into a season of blessing like you have never experienced before. You may have thought that the breaking you went through meant you lost everything. But my child, what actually broke apart was never your purpose. It was the small boxes and limits you did not even realize you had been living inside of. That storm tore down walls you did not know were holding you back. It exposed lies you had quietly believed for years without even noticing. It knocked down anything you had been leaning on instead of me, and it pushed you to dig deeper into who I really am. And all that digging, all that desperate reaching out during the hardest moments, created a stronger version of you that a peaceful life could never have created on its own. There is a new strength in your spirit now. There is a depth in how you connect with me that was not there before. There is a clarity in what you are chasing after that simply did not exist in your life before this happened. You are not walking out of this storm limping and weak. You are walking out of it carrying fire. And that fire inside you is something holy. It is the fire of someone who does not give up easily. The fire of someone who has seen a bigger picture. The fire of someone who kept hoping even when hope felt foolish. That fire is a part of who you are now, and it will stay with you for the rest of your life. So please, do not curse the storm that brought you here. Bless it instead, not because it felt good while you were in it, but because of everything good it left behind. It did exactly what only a storm can do. It separated what was fake from what was real in your life. It cleared away everything shaky and left behind only what will actually last. And now, that storm is passing. The winds are calming down. The rain is slowing to a stop. And what remains standing after all of it is you. Not just standing, but stronger, clearer, more sure of yourself than ever before. That storm was never really about tearing you down. It was about shaping who you are. And now you have been shaped, not by the hard season itself, but by who you chose to become while you were in the middle of it. Dear child, every video on this channel is created with love, faith, and dedication to sharing God's Word. If these messages inspire and encourage you, you can support our mission through PayPal, links in the description and pinned comment. Thank you for being part of this journey. What is being built in? You will not fall apart. Come closer and listen, not just with your ears, but with your whole heart. You have walked through seasons that felt absolutely impossible. Seasons that tested how much you could really handle. Seasons where a quiet voice kept whispering that you would never make it through, that this would be the thing that finally broke you. But hear me now. What is being built in your life is not something weak or fragile. It was not put together in a rush. It has been carefully prepared, piece by piece, over time. The new opportunities you are stepping into, the blessings you are about to receive, the calling I am about to place in your hands. You may have imagined these things as delicate, like something that could shatter easily. But I did not build them that way. I built them to be strong, like steel. I built them myself, rooted in wisdom, and protected by a plan far bigger than you can see right now. What I have built for you can hold the weight of everything I have planned. It can survive the pressure of everyday life. It will not be shaken. It will not collapse. You have probably wondered if the little bit of faith you have been holding on to, the hope that felt almost invisible some days, the prayers that seemed to go nowhere, were simply too small and too weak to ever turn into something real. But you were never standing on your own strength. You have been standing on something much bigger than that. And what I plant, I take care of. What I build, I make sure it lasts. I allowed your situation to look impossible at times, not to leave you disappointed, but so that when the breakthrough finally arrives, there will be no question about where it came from. Nothing proves what I can do more clearly than watching something come back to life that everyone else had already given up on. I did not build your future using what seems humanly possible. I built it using what only I can make happen. I did not put an expiration date on it. I made it something permanent. Trust this completely. When pressure comes, it will not destroy the good things coming your way. It will only make them stronger. When difficult moments test what has been built in your life, it will not fall apart. It will become clearer and more solid. When hard times try to shake the foundation, it will not crumble. It will stand firm. Because this is not simply your dream anymore. It has become something much bigger, something I have designed with my own hands. And what I build to last. I know you have been worn down by challenge after challenge. I know your courage has been tested more times than you can count. But let me speak directly to the tired part of you right now. You are about to step into a kind of rest that is more than just peace. It is purpose. The new chapter you are walking toward, the calling you feel deep in your bones, the good story you have not gotten to tell yet, none of it can be taken away by circumstances outside of your control. This does not mean hard seasons will never come again, but it does mean those hard seasons will no longer define who you are. Instead, they will simply become part of your story, a story that shows how far you have come. And as you step fully into what has been built for you, you will walk differently. Not with fear and doubt, but with quiet confidence. Because you have seen what I am capable of. You have felt my kindness up close. You have been carried through the hardest parts of your life. And now you are walking out the other side, with your purpose fully intact. Nothing can knock down what I have built for you. Not death, not fear, not old failures from your past. What is finite ends. What I have built is forever. Before we go any further, if this message is speaking straight to your heart, take a second right now and hit that subscribe button. This channel exists to remind you, week after week, that you are seen, you are loved, and you are not alone in what you are going through. There are more messages like this one waiting for you. And I would love for you to be here for every single one of them. You are not honored for being perfect. Please do not ever believe that your worth depends on being perfect. Do not let your past mistakes convince you that good things are no longer for you. Because here, in my presence, honor was never based on performance. There is no scoreboard keeping track of your failures in my kingdom. There is only one thing that truly matters. A heart that chooses to stay. A heart that stays through the darkness. A heart that stays through the valley. A heart that stays in that between place, somewhere between not yet and someday. That kind of faithfulness, that decision to keep staying, is where real honor is born. You may wonder, why me? Why now? It was never because you earned it through perfect behavior. It was because you stayed, even when quitting seemed like the easier choice. Not because you had every answer figured out, but because you held on to the question long enough for the answer to finally arrive. I honor the people who hold on, not because they never stumbled, but because they never fully ran away. Not because they were always strong, but because even in their weakest moments, they still trusted me. You have probably carried shame that was never really yours to carry. Shame that came from lies meant to steal away your identity. But understand this: you were never honored because you looked flawless on the outside. You are honored because your faith was real, even in the mess. You could never hide your broken places from me, and I was never pushed away by your cracks. Instead, I placed my light right inside them, and that light shined even brighter because of it. Your imperfections never disqualified you. They only made you more humble, and made your strength deeper and more genuine. So now I say to you with complete love and complete authority, you are not being blessed because your resume looks impressive. You are being honored because of how hard you fought to keep going. You did not stay because you had no other choice. You stayed because deep down, you knew this moment was coming. And that quiet knowing inside you, that is the sound of heaven cheering you on. There were seasons where you felt completely invisible. Times when you whispered prayers that only I could hear. Long, quiet stretches where you wondered if anyone even noticed you were still trying. But you stayed. You kept pressing forward. You kept believing. You kept hoping, even when hope felt exhausting. And I was right there through every bit of it. I saw your belief. I felt your hope. And now I say, it is time for you to receive the honor that heaven has been preparing for you. Long before anyone else could clap for you, I was already smiling over your life. Long before any doors opened, my grace had already cleared the path in front of you. Long before the world could see how valuable you are, I had already written it across the sky. You are not being blessed today because of how far you managed to run on your own. You are being blessed because you refused to let go of your faith in me, even when things were completely invisible, even when it was far from easy. That is not weakness. That is courage. That is something holy. That is exactly the kind of heart my kingdom honors. So receive it fully. Accept the honor being given to you. You do not have to be perfect to deserve this. You simply have to keep going. And because of your perseverance, lives around you will be changed, and something good will grow out of everything you have been through. Beloved child, we are committed to spreading hope, faith, and the message of Jesus Christ to people around the world. If you would like to help us continue this work, please visit PayPal links below. Your kindness means more than words can express. The weight you carried is turning into wings. You have done something that not many people can say they have done. You carried hope in the center of your heart, even during the moments when every part of you wanted to let it go completely. You held on to that hope like a heavy weight, even when the future looked completely blocked, even when your faith felt thin and fragile. That is not a small thing. That is something sacred. I watched you hold on to the tiniest thread of a promise during your darkest, hardest hours. You did not have to keep going. You could have easily let go, but you did not. Somewhere deep inside, your heart whispered, just one more breath, just a little longer. And that single breath became the exact moment your breakthrough was born. I understand how heavy hope can feel when everything around you is screaming at you to give up. The bills that kept piling up like they would never stop. The relationships that felt like they were falling apart under the pressure. The health struggles that pressed in from every direction. The doors that slammed shut right when you thought one might finally open. And through every bit of it, you kept holding on. You kept singing, even during the seasons that felt completely silent. You kept loving people, even during the loneliest stretches of your life. You kept showing up and working hard, even when everything around you said it was pointless. And every tired breath of hope you took was noticed. Every shaky, uncertain prayer was felt. Every small step you took forward, even the ones that felt insignificant at the time, left a mark that will never be erased. You may have felt weak in those moments, but that weakness is exactly why you kept going. Not through your own strength, but through steady persistence. Not because everything made sense, but because somewhere deep down, you heard a quiet voice telling you it would be worth it in the end. And that tiny flicker of hope you carried never disappeared. It slowly grew into a torch. That torch is now becoming a full flame. And that flame is the signal that your season of harvest has arrived. Now I am answering all of that faithfulness, not just with kind words, but with real, visible change. I am turning the weight of hope you carried into wings that will lift you higher than before. Every heavy moment you pushed through, things were quietly shifting in your favor behind the scenes. Every tear that fell was not wasted. It became part of the process. Every tired prayer you whispered opened another door in your future, just a little wider. You thought you were simply surviving. But I want you to understand something. You were actually preparing. You were not just carrying hope around like a burden. You were shaping something meaningful with it. That heaviness was never truly a burden. It was more like the beginning of something new being formed. That tiredness was not defeat. It was growth happening quietly beneath the surface. What you believed through in silence, you are now about to walk into in the open. What you carried while feeling weak, you will soon carry with strength and confidence. The weight of hope you carried for so long was never wasted. It was shaping you the entire time. And now, what once felt too heavy to hold is about to lift you into a completely new level of purpose. Old feelings of hopelessness are finally breaking apart, and everything you held on to through your steady, quiet faith is finally ready to be released into your life. Even the ordinary moments are sacred. Come a little closer, because what I am about to say may surprise you. The things you have brushed off as boring, the small everyday moments you barely noticed, those are about to become sacred signals in your life. Not every message from me comes wrapped in something dramatic like wind or fire. Often, the clearest signs I send come quietly hidden inside the normal rhythm of daily life. A text message you were not expecting. A stranger's smile that somehow stops you in your tracks for just a second while you are standing in line at the store. A random meeting that feels almost too perfectly timed to be an accident. These small moments are not empty or meaningless. They carry my fingerprints, even if they look completely ordinary on the surface. I understand how badly you have wanted a sign so obvious that you could never doubt it. You may have thought, if something miraculous is really going to happen, let it happen in a big, dramatic way. But I often meet the people I love quietly, right inside their everyday lives. I spoke to Moses through a simple bush, not through some giant sign in the sky. I met one of my prophets in a gentle whisper, not a loud, shaking mountain. And right now, I am meeting you in the whisper hidden inside your ordinary days. Those small routine moments you walked through without much thought, they were actually holy. The simple meal you cooked, the neighbor you passed by without a second glance, the message you almost deleted without reading. I was present in all of it. I did not tuck myself away to feel distant from you. I wove myself into the small details of your everyday life on purpose. The ordinary parts of your life are not empty spaces. They are containers holding something meaningful. I am gently waking up your spirit so you can start noticing that. You may have felt overlooked during the times when nothing exciting seemed to be happening. But I was quietly filling those spaces with meaning the entire time. I was weaving purpose through your grocery trips, your daily commute, and even your quiet moments of rest. This was never about you missing something important. It is about learning to recognize it in a completely different way. Ordinary things can speak. Routine moments can carry meaning. All you have to do is quiet your heart enough to notice. Starting tomorrow, pay attention to a strange, unexplainable sense of peace. Notice a thought that suddenly appears in your mind out of nowhere. Notice when someone speaks kindly to you for no obvious reason at all. That is my voice, quietly painting meaning into the ordinary moments of your day. It will not arrive as some big explosion. It will arrive gently, like a small ripple that proves something is moving beneath the surface, even when everything looks calm from the outside. So stop waiting only for something dramatic. Let your eyes learn to look through a spiritual lens. Search for me in the small, quiet moments, because what I am sending your way does not need a big spotlight to be seen. It simply needs a heart soft enough to notice. And yours is waking up more every single day. Your restoration will overflow. Let me say something so clearly, so gently, that every doubt you have been carrying will start to fall apart. I am not restoring you halfway. I am not handing back to you just a small piece of what you lost. I am not bringing you back to almost where you were before. I am bringing full, complete restoration, the kind that spills over into every part of your life. Restoration in my hands is never a small patch-up job. It is a complete rebuild from the ground up. I do not simply return you to what you used to have. I bring you into something better than you could have imagined for yourself. I do not hand you back broken pieces of what was lost. I give you a fully restored version that you never could have created on your own. You have lived through seasons that felt like everything was being taken away from you. Relationships that fell apart. Finances that dwindled down to nearly nothing. Confidence that felt completely shattered. Health struggles that tested your strength. Opportunities that closed one after another. And through all of it, you quietly asked, "Will I ever get any of this back?" I did not answer right away. Not because I was ignoring you, but because I was not just planning to hand something back to you. I was rebuilding it completely from the beginning. If I had given it back too soon, it would have fallen apart all over again. But now, you are ready. Your roots have grown deeper. Your trust has grown stronger. Your ability to understand what truly matters has sharpened. And that makes you fully ready to receive more than you originally lost. You are not simply getting your old life back. You are getting it back with more added to it than before. You are not simply receiving your old dream again. You are receiving it with a depth of purpose you did not have the first time around. This is not about making up for lost time. This is about that time being used for something meaningful. When I redeem lost time, I can turn years of struggle into a single powerful moment. I can turn painful ashes into something beautiful. I can turn what felt like lack into a lasting legacy. You will not walk away from this season with empty hands. Lift your eyes again and look past the disappointment that has clouded your view for too long, because what is coming is not a faded version of what you once had. It is the full, vibrant picture of what has always been planned for you. Dear child, this ministry exists to bring encouragement, prayer, and God's truth to every heart that needs it. You can stand with us through PayPal links in the description and pinned comment. May God bless you abundantly for your love and support. The battle was never about your weakness. There is something important I need you to understand, because it will help everything else make sense. The hard season you went through was not random. The pressure you faced was not a coincidence. It was never about a weakness inside you. It was about the calling on your life. You were not targeted because of what you lacked. You were targeted because of something valuable that was placed on you long before you even realized it. You have been set apart since before you were born, and you carry something that quietly unsettles the darkness around you, even when you cannot see it happening. You walk into a room and something shifts. You pray and things quietly begin to change. You keep showing up in faith, and it makes a difference, even when you cannot immediately see the results. That is exactly why the hard times you faced felt so intense, because what has been placed inside you is real and powerful. But whatever difficulty came your way underestimated something far more important than your gifts, and that is my presence living inside you. The struggle saw the purpose on your life, but it forgot who lives inside you. It tried to slow you down, but it forgot that what lives in you cannot be crushed. It tried to quiet your voice, but it forgot that your breath and your life come from me. The hard season may have tested your mind, your emotions, and even your sense of who you are. But look at you now, still standing. Not because of your own strength alone, but because of strength that was given to you. Still believing, still hopeful, still moving forward, still choosing love, even after everything you have been through. Do you understand what that means for your future? It means the difficulty did not win. What was meant to hold you back only shaped you into someone stronger. The hard season did not weaken you. It marked you as someone who can face difficult things and keep going. I want you to carry this truth with you like armor from this point forward. You are not simply someone who has survived hard things. You are someone who is walking forward with real inner strength. You did not make it through just to say you survived. You made it through because you are carrying something unstoppable inside you. Every lie that told you that you are not enough is being removed. Every whisper that told you that you are not strong enough, not good enough, or not worthy enough is being silenced. You are more than enough. Not because of anything you did on your own, but because of the strength that lives inside you. And wherever that strength lies, nothing stays ordinary. Everything becomes meaningful. Everything becomes protected. Everything moves toward victory. The hidden season was never punishment, precious child. Lean in close, because there is something you may have misunderstood for far too long. You have quietly asked yourself, why has no one really seen me yet? You have watched others move forward, get noticed, get chosen, and you have wondered, did I somehow miss my moment? Did everyone just pass right over me? Let me clear this up completely, once and for all. You have not been forgotten. You were hidden on purpose, and it was never a punishment. It was protection. What felt like being overlooked was actually something being carefully shielded. You were not hidden because you were not good enough. You were hidden because what was forming inside you needed quiet space to grow properly. There were things being shaped in you that the world was not ready to see just yet. There were seeds being planted quietly, roots growing deeper into good soil, roots that needed darkness and privacy in order to grow strong. And now, that hidden season is finally coming to an end. But understand, it was never a delay. It was a careful, loving plan the whole time. When something is kept hidden for a while, it is never because it is not valuable. It is often because it is deeply valuable. Many powerful stories throughout history began in hidden, quiet places before they were revealed to the world in a big way. Because what is hidden with care is often revealed with great meaning later on. You may have felt like the silence meant you were being left behind. But during that silence, Meaningful things were happening. Through your tears. Through the lonely stretches. Through the unseen days that nobody applauded. Something important was still taking shape. You were not forgotten. You were being carefully formed. In that quiet, hidden time, your character was being built. In the waiting, your understanding was deepening. In the silence, a strong sense of who you are was being anchored so firmly inside you that no amount of attention or praise could ever shake it loose. You may have wanted the spotlight, but what was really being built first was your backbone. You wanted people to notice you. But what needed to be built first was the ability to actually carry something meaningful once people did notice. Because what is coming next will require more than just charm. It will require real character. It will require clarity. It will require a heart that is fully devoted. And that is exactly what that quiet season was preparing inside you. So now, I say this with complete confidence. The hiding is ending. The reveal has begun. Doors are starting to recognize you. Opportunities are beginning to appear. Everything is aligning in front of you. Not because you finally had to prove yourself to anyone, but because you finally allowed yourself to be prepared properly. You did not fail during the quiet season. You were faithful. And faithfulness always leads to good things eventually. Do not mourn the years that felt hidden. Celebrate them instead. They were never wasted. They were sacred. And now, everything that was quietly built in secret is finally ready to be shown to the world in strength. You are not behind. You are right on time. Let me silence a lie that has quietly crept into your thoughts, the one that dresses itself up like simple disappointment and whispers, "You are behind." No, that is not true. You have not missed anything. You are not delayed. You are not disqualified. And you have absolutely not been forgotten. I am the one who understands time completely, and my plan for you never skips a single detail. I do not lose track of the story I am writing for your life. You have probably looked at other people's progress and thought, "Shouldn't I be further along by now?" But you were measuring your life using someone else's timeline, and I am not using their timeline to bless you. I am using my own perfect plan. And according to that plan, you are exactly where you need to be right now. I am not limited by calendars or by what everyone else considers to be normal timing. I do not rush something meaningful just because it feels urgent from your perspective. When I prepare someone for something lasting, I always build the foundation first. And that foundation always takes more time than people expect. But I will never push someone I love into a position too early, just because the pressure feels intense. That is exactly why I slowed you down during moments you wanted to rush ahead. That is why certain doors closed, even though they looked like great opportunities. That is why certain relationships did not work out the way you hoped, not because something was wrong with you, but because the timing simply was not right yet. You may have thought I was holding you back. In reality, I was preparing you. Because what is coming for your life needs more than just quick action. It needs real inner strength. It needs patience. It needs maturity. It needs a closeness with me that cannot be shaken once the doors finally open. So that when they do open, you never forget where the blessing truly came from. Every closed door was tied to something better that was still being prepared. Every unexpected detour was not meant to pull you away from your purpose, but to protect you from something that could have hurt your purpose down the road. The hard seasons were not a prison. They were preparation. The lonely stretches were not a curse. They were quiet, meaningful growth. The silence was not empty. It was me speaking to you in a deeper, quieter way than words alone could offer. And now that your heart has stopped chasing after quick results and started trusting the process instead, you are arriving right on time, quietly and powerfully. The door in front of you already has your name on it. The good things coming your way were shaped specifically for you. You will not have to beg for them or fight for them, because they were always meant to be yours, even during the times when it felt completely invisible. So please, do not apologize for how long your journey has taken. Do not grieve over the years you thought were wasted. Those years were not wasted at all. They were preparation, training, and growth. And now, everything is lining up in a way that will feel steady and right, because it was never rushed. It was aligned perfectly, on purpose, all along. You are not behind. You are right on time. My child, if these messages have brought peace to your heart, strengthened your faith, or reminded you of God's love, please consider supporting this ministry through PayPal links below. Together, we can continue sharing hope and God's word with countless souls around the world. What looked like the end was only a doorway. You may have believed it was completely over. You may have thought that chapter of your life had closed forever, that the dream had quietly died, that the door slammed shut so hard behind you that nothing else could ever follow. But listen closely. What felt like the end was never truly the end. It was a doorway, a meaningful turning point, a moment where everything shifts. I allowed it to feel final, so that you would finally learn to let go of trying to control everything yourself. I allowed the grief to strip away everything extra, so that you would stop reaching backward toward what was already gone. Because what lies ahead is not simply about getting your old life back. It is about stepping into something completely new and full, something you never could have imagined for yourself. Yes, the loss you experienced was real. I felt every tear you cried. I felt every ache and every disappointment that sat heavy in your chest during the darkest moments. But what you could not see clearly at the time was that underneath all that sadness, something meaningful was quietly being built. You were closer to a breakthrough than you realized, but all you could feel in that moment was the breakdown around you. That is simply how big turning points often work. They feel like an ending at first, but they are actually the beginning of something new. The hardest moments are never truly the final word. They are often where something new quietly begins to grow. The pain you carried through those difficult seasons was not wasted. And now I say to you with complete certainty, step forward. This is your moment. The promise did not disappear. It was simply waiting for the right time. The vision did not vanish. It was waiting for you to fully let go and trust again. And now that you have released it, watch how everything begins to rise back up in your life. That difficult ending was never a wall blocking your path. It was a doorway. And on the other side of that doorway, something good is waiting for you, arms open wide, ready to welcome you into everything you were always meant to have. A closing word for your heart, my dear one. Before we go any further, I want to leave you with something simple, something you can carry with you long after this message ends. You do not need to understand everything right now. You do not need to have every answer or see every step of the road ahead of you. All you need to do is keep your heart open and keep walking forward, one small step at a time. Everything you have gone through, every hard season, every quiet tear, every moment you felt forgotten, none of it was wasted. It was all part of something being carefully built inside you, even when you could not see it happening. You are not behind. You are not broken beyond repair. You are not too far gone. You are exactly where you need to be, standing right at the edge of something good. So take a deep breath today. Let go of the fear that has been holding you back. Let go of the shame that has been weighing you down. You are loved, completely and without any conditions attached. You are seen, even during the moments that felt the loneliest. And you are not walking through any of this alone. If this message touched something inside you today, Hold on to it. Come back to it whenever you need a reminder. And if you have not already, subscribe to this channel so you never miss the next message. Because there will always be more truth, more comfort, and more hope waiting for you here. You are stronger than you know. You are more loved than you realize. And your best days are not behind you. They are just getting started.